Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at.
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have to.
What's your opinion on the last
I don't
mission?
see how we could have done things any better. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been. Commander?
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an alliance?
I want... But humanity needs the Alliance if we want
Ever
to...
think you made
But there's something special about working on so... tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe...
What does that have
Well,
to do?
most biotics now... Severe mental disabilities, insanity...
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Shepard.
So long, Rex.
Shepard. Shepard, what can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
Go ask the Quarian.
So long, Rex.
Shepard. Shepard, what can I do for you?
I found this armor. Does it
Let me
belong to
see.
you?
Damn. This is it. Hard to believe my ancestry. Thanks, Shepard.
You getting soft on me, Rex?
Huh. Just because I like you doesn't mean I wouldn't kill you. Shepard, what can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogan live for
Well, there
centuries.
was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same
It's
to
not
us.
the same.
It seems similar enough to me.
So your people were an infection that makes only a few, and I suppose it's destroying
I
your...
suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on... The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really
We're
dying?
sure not getting... We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our...
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to... We're not settlers, so we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back. Ask the Solarian. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands, every Krogan is infected. Every one. And no one's rushing.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you ask a Krogan? Would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for... It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Commander, you have a minute to talk?
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns,
I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but with all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
they may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies.
This is the most advanced ship. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the engines, sensors, weapons.
I'm not gonna lock them in the sleeper pods for the whole trip, Williams.
I'd be more comfortable if they didn't have access to engineering, and we, humanity, I mean, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
Standing up for ourselves doesn't mean standing alone.
I don't think we should turn down allies. I just think we shouldn't. As noble as the council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
The council's had a grudge against us since the first
I don't
time.
think it's a grudge. Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you
My
think...
family's defended the Alliance. My father, grandfather, I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
All right. I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're
It
going
won't
to
be
have...
a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
Would you kiss anyone I ordered you to?
That depends, sir. If you ordered me to kiss a superior officer, that would be a violation of the regs concerning fraternization. That would make it an illegal order. I'd be required to decline and relieve you of command. Sir.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate
We came
the
as soon as we got the distress call.
You did the best you could, Commander. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they
Sir,
don't make...
they have flash... I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
What's your opinion?
No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit?
Yes. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
We'll talk later.
Looking forward to it, sir.
Commander, I knew working with a Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no. Spectres make their own rules. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long...
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than... It didn't start out bad. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to...
Well, that's sort
regret
of
it.
why I teamed...
And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get...
Just do a good job and
Don't worry, Commander. I'll keep...
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a CSEC officer in the first...
That's a good question.
Like what?
I guess... He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
That's tough.
He thinks... He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was young.
You were asked to be
Well,
a...
I could have...
He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea...
I suppose I can understand his concern.
But Saren's not going to play by our rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
You're a quick learner, Garrus. We'll beat him at his own game. It's the only
I'm
way
right
to stop.
behind you, Commander.
Commander, good to see you.
Commander, how are you?
Looking for supplies?
How often will you get...
Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic...
What are licenses?
Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but
What are the
there
different
are too many for me to keep track of.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Shepard,
Rex?
know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the
You got
team.
an eye for Tally, Commander. But I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Fill me in on the IES.
Can't. Eventually the sinks have to be vented.
There's no way for anyone.
Most vessels rely on scanners.
Why doesn't it work?
Cranking sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit.
Where else have you
My last assignment was on the Tokyo. Only
I want to know more
She's
about
the best ship I've ever served on.
What's so special about it?
Proportionally, it's about twice the
Carry
size.
on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the... I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology.
It comes with being a quarry, but some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our...
I can't believe
They're
you.
But some things we just can't make on our own.
Tell me about
Unfortunately, we have had to...
What kind of freedom?
In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births. Though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in...
That's your government.
Fortunately, most captains nowadays...
So the ultimate power.
In the five... To do so requires unanimous agreement. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly...
I want to know...
All I know is the story of their origin.
Interesting.
Over time, we made small modifications.
How come the count?
But one thing we underestimated.
So...
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed...
So there's some sort...
But when they're in close proximity...
That doesn't make...
As you can imagine, this caused a near...
What did you do?
It was inevitable. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to...
You can't blame
We
me.
had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution, but the hope was that most of the Geth would still... We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exiled...
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe
We
out...
made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place. But we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they...
You make a good point.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get so worked up. Most Quarians tend to have pretty strong opinions about the Geth.
I want to know more about the pill...
We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. By the time, virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return, and the ritual presentation...
Can a captain...
It's not the best way to make a good... Like what? See you later.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander. Something I can do for you, Commander.
Carry on,
Aye,
Adams.
aye, Commander.